Welcome back to another geometry problem. I'm really excited about this one because this is our little challenge problem. We're going to find the length of AD. I'm going to call it X. Okay? Just to make our work easier. Of course, you can keep AD, you can keep BD there. And why not we pause this video, let you try all by yourself first. You do what you can, then come back. We're going to discuss this. Alright, welcome back. So earlier I said I'm going to call AD X and I'm going to call BD Y. Then I come back here, I look at triangle ABD is a right triangle. And triangle ADC is also right triangle. Why? Because we're given important information here. This is 90 degrees. If this is 90, this is also 90. So I immediately got two right triangle. If I have a right triangle, I will be very happy to use our beautiful Pythagorean theorem. Then I'm going to say in this yellow triangle, in this yellow one, I will have x squared plus y squared equals 13 squared. Okay? Leg, this is leg, this is leg, this is hypotenuse. In our blue triangle, we're going to have the same situation. We're going to have x squared plus this portion, let me give you some color, blue, this blue, would be 14 minus y squared equals 15 squared. Now, we have two variables here. We have x and y in the first equation, the second equation, but don't worry, we can solve it. Remember back in Algebra 1, you learned how to solve a system of linear equations. So I'm going to call this is equation 1, equation 2, and erase these boxes, see if I can solve it. Remember when you solve a system of linear equations, you use the following method. You use graphing, substitution, adding, subtracting, or multiplying first and add and subtract. Now, we see we have x squared, both of them have a coefficient 1. So if I can subtract these two equations, I will be able to eliminate the variable x and focus on solving variable y. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to put my equation 2 on top and expand this. So I have a 14 squared minus 2 times 14 times y plus y squared equals 15 squared. Just in case you forgot this part, I'm going to put down here. This is what we do when we expand it. We have a squared. Oh, in order to avoid confusion, let me use the other variable. I'm going to say, for example, I have m plus n squared. I will have m squared plus 2 times m plus n squared. If I have m minus n, open close parenthesis, subtracted squared, I will have m squared minus 2 times m times n plus n squared. So I just use this second rule here to expand it. Okay, alright, I'm going to erase this because we will be using the space here and also erase this one. Now, I got a new equation. I'm going to clean up this part. So 2 times 14 times y is 28y. So it's minus 28y. Everything else looks good. This is my new. I'm going to use new minus 1. I will do some sign change. Minus, and this plus become minus, and minus 13 squared. Okay? Alright. Now, x squared minus x squared. I just eliminated the variable x. Y squared minus y squared. We just eliminated y squared. Everything looks really good now. And we have 14 squared minus 28y. left on the left-hand side. Right-hand side, we have 15 squared minus 13 squared. Okay? And if you want, you can pull out your little calculator and start to do. All right, 14 squared, I have 196. If you remember, spend a little bit time, memorize the square roots up to 20. Your calculation is going to be much faster and easier. Of course, if you don't want to, you can also use your calculator or get a scrap paper to calculate that. And then minus 28y. And here, I want to practice a little bit more. Did you remember if I have the difference of the square of two numbers is actually you add these two numbers and subtract and you multiply them. I'm going to use this method to find out what is 15 squared minus 13 squared. Just to practice. So 15 plus 13, that's 28. 15 minus 13, that's 2. And then we have 56. You see how quickly it is? Of course, I'm sure you know 15 squared is 225, right? Okay. And 13 squared is 169. All right. So either way is fine. All right. 225 minus 169. And go ahead and calculate that and subtract each side 196. So we have negative 28y is negative 140. I'm going to erase all the parts that I don't need, make the notes looking better for you. All right, last step, divided by negative 28, divided by negative 28 each side. We have a y is 5. Okay? So y is 5. Now, I'm gonna go back to this yellow triangle. Y is 5. The moment of truth is coming. Did you remember Pythagorean triple? The 3 beautiful numbers for right triangle. 5, 12, 13. So in this triangle, this leg is 5. Hypotenuse is 13, which means this missing length is 12. Of course, you can go back, use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Plug in 5, plug in 13. Go ahead and calculate, find out b is 12. And also you can use Pythagorean triple. You see 5, you see 13, the missing one is 12. Now we can answer our question. We call AD, we say AD is x. We find x is 12, and we say AD is 12. All done. Happy learning.